Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents G.I. Joe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the G.I. Joe Classified Series retro-carded Covergirl. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here at the top we have, can't see it because my finger got in the way. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. 4 and up. And there's the assortment numbers if you need that kind of thing. And then we have that nice classic feeling G.I. Joe with the red, white, and blue, but no real American hero. Courtney, Covergirl, Krieger. And then we have some nice artwork of Covergirl there, the classic Hasbro logo. Then on this side we have a nice it's big, nice big blister showcasing the figure and her accessories. Nothing really to see on the bottom. On the back side, G.I. Joe, red, white, and blue, but no real American hero. Knowing is half the battle, and she does have a bit of a file card here. If you want to read that, please pause right here and go over all of that. And then here we have the cross sale of the wave. So we got Covergirl, Televiper, and Flint. Parents, GIJoe.com. Some symbols I'm not going to learn. Attention! Especially don't stick things in your French pie hole. Warning, attention, Octoon. Don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to baby. Small fine legalese made in Vietnam print. A barcode along with symbols I'm not going to learn. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and her accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to help us look at the smaller accessories. And first up, she does come with an extra set of hands. They are fists, in and out hinges. Nice molded details, more than likely molded in this skin colored plastic. There's a left one and a right one. One's in and out, one's up and down. Hinged. How about that? So very, very cool. Next up we have her sidearm. And it's kind of neat looking. It does have a realistic tone to it as well. Next up, she has this adjustable wrench. Nice little detail in there. You can see the adjustment knob or twist or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, you spin the thing and it makes this piece go up and down. And this is a different color than the rest of it. Although I can't really say I've seen one in this particular color. Is it pink? I'm guessing it's pink and black. I could be wrong. I am colorblind. So don't make fun of handicapped people. But, you know, not something you see every day. Here is a sledgehammer. It has a nice silver chrome for the head of the hammer. And the post more than likely is molded in this color, and this is a paint amp. So very nice piece. You never know when you're going to need one of these working on a tank, right? I don't know. I've never worked on a tank, so. Here we have her primary weapon. Well, the Wolverine, I guess, is her primary weapon. So here we have her rifle. It's that G.I. Joe cartoon style rifle, only this one is black brown. Is it brown? Looks brown to me. And silver. So looks nice, and you know, it's nice that we get these, especially with the more cartoon like figures. Here we have her alternate head, and dang it, come here you. So her hair's in a braid. She's wearing a cap that says the Pitts Garage. And then as far as the face goes, it does have some very nice deco. Eyebrows, the eyes look fantastic. And then the lips, and then she does have some eyelashes decoed on there, as well as maybe some mascara. Or maybe that's shading. Yeah, it's shading for the hats is making shade. I wish they wouldn't deco it like that, but looks like that's what they did. So here we have her stand, G.I. Joe star on it, placed right there for a name placard, 2 pegs, glossy black plastic. Now let's take a look at the figure herself. And yeah, she's wearing some eye makeup, eyeliner, eyeshadow. The eyes are nicely decoed as well as the eyebrows and the lips. So very nice looking. Undone hair. And I don't know, maybe, well, there might be a little bit of wash in it up here. It's hard to tell on the camera. I'm seeing something here, but it's not everywhere. It's not all over it. So it might be a little splotch right there. So very nice. The sculpt overall is very good. I want to say maybe the upper portion here is reused from Lady J, but it might not be. The entire torso might actually be. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's all new. And then this jacket piece is an overlay. It's got a nice silver paint app there for the zipper. It's a little bit different colored on the inside. She has this AFV tampo right here, along with this pouch being painted. On the other side, it's got another pouch. It says Krieger Armor and E4, which Krieger is her last name. So got some paint apps here on her belt, silver for the buckle. Got some pouches here. We've got a molded holster, and we got a loop right here for her wrench. And overall, just nice. Not a lot of textural details, but I say that, but then we've got a lot of wrinkles, and then I see some texture going on right there, and then down the side of the leg as well. Line that up. So there is that, and some wrinkles in the jacket sleeves as well. And we've got some paint apps back here for the boots, it looks like, or unless this is the paint app, I don't know. I'm almost to the point that I'm stopped guessing what the paint apps are, because I'm usually wrong. So overall, very nice looking sculpt. Let's take a look at her articulation. The head, neck, torso, 3 different pieces. Dumbbell at the top of the neck and ball joint at the bottom. She can't really look up because of the hair. She looks down that far. She does have chicken neck. She's got waggle, waggle. And let's see, can she do the full exorcist? She can, but her hair comes off. That was unexpected. So, her hair does come off, my friends. Perhaps the smiley head can wear the hat too. Let's see. Yep. So, There you have it. My friends learn something new every day. So if you want the smiley head with the hat, you can make that happen. At the shoulders, there is a butterfly joint. It doesn't go back very far. It really doesn't go forward very far. It's just kind of there. 360 degrees of rotation at the shoulder also. And she can raise her arm up approximately 90 degrees. Cut at the upper bicep for a full 360 degrees of rotation there. Double hinged pinless elbow. Gives you that much bend. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on and in and out hinge. And the other side is up and down hinge. Alright, so there's a cut here where the chest and the abdomen meet. And that gives her some hula left and right and stuff. There's also a ball joint or half dumbbell at the waist. And that gives her extra. So working in conjunction, she gets that much hula. She gets that much bend left and right. She can lean back about that far. She can crunch forward, not too much, just slightly. So we've got some rotation, in fact 360 degrees worth of rotation at this upper torso cut, and then at the waist we have a 360 degree rotation as well. At the hips, she does have pull down hinge that allows her to get that much of the splits. She can kick forward approximately 90 degrees, it looks like. Back about 1 of her feet. Cut at the upper thigh, 360 degrees of rotation there. Double hinged pinless knee gives you that much bend. At the upper mid shin, there's a boot cut, another 360 degrees of rotation there. And then finally at the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and a pin for rocker. Now as far as accessory storage goes, of course the stand just posts onto her feet. As I mentioned before, she has a loop on her belt, and that's where her wrench stores. For her pistol, goes in the holster there on her belt. Then her hair falls off, so you have to put that back on. I wonder if like the Lady J wig will fit. And then as far as her rifle goes, she just has to hold that if she's not storing it in the Wolverine, which, because we have 2 versions of Covergirl now, we're not likely to get a Wolverine. So for the extra set of hands and the extra head, there are no storage on the figure, but everything else stores. And that, my friends, is a look at the figure, her accessories, and storage. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Carded Covergirl with the G.I. Joe Classified Series Covergirl and the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Carded Scarlet. Here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Carded Covergirl with the Valaverse Action Force Special Deployment Series Swarm Sentry and the Valaverse Action Force Swarm Scarab. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series retro-carded Covergirl, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From the G.I. Joe Classified Series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Series retro-carded Covergirl, I have to say I'm really glad that they made this version of Covergirl, which is the cartoon version. Maybe was she a blonde in the comic? I don't recall. But I do remember seeing her as a blonde in the cartoon. And I'm glad that they did that because, you know, they wanted to differentiate her from Scarlet on the cartoon so people, you know, didn't, well, why is she driving the tank now? Now she's a ninja. And so I'm glad that they did that. And, you know, and it really differentiates her from the entire rest of the female cast, who are all dark-haired. And I like that. Not to mention that, you know, according to her bio, she, previously to being on the Joe team, was a fashion model. And it just, that makes more sense to me, not to say only blondes can be fashion models, but in my mind it makes more sense that that's the case. I don't know, am I weird? Probably, but I like that. I like her accessories, the wrench, the sledgehammer especially, and you know, she comes with the cartoon style rifle. She comes with a sidearm. And, you know, that alternate head, a set of fists. One's in and out, one's up and down hinged. And, you know, a wigs. So she can have long, unbraided hair. She can be wearing a cap with braided hair. So, you know, whatever look. And an alternate face sculpt as well. And that you can swap those wigs to happy face like she's wearing now, or maybe a not so happy face. So I think they did a really good job on the look of this figure. I do wish, however, the plastic feels a little rubbery, especially in the joints. So I do wish that they used a little bit better plastic, because it feels like not so great of a plastic is what they used. So just something to be aware of. Other than that, I don't really have any complaints about this figure. And I will say, I thought that they did some shading on the other face for the cap, but they didn't. That was just actual shadow when we were looking at that before, and I said, oh, I think they put some shade on the face here. No, they didn't. That was just me. So, great figure. I think this is the version of Covergirl I always think of. Even though, you know, I had the Wolverine, I had the dark-haired version in the brown coat, like the classified, the regular Classified Series Covergirl. And I don't know, maybe we can do a head swap? I don't know, I'll have to look at that. I didn't think about it while I had her out for comparisons. But I do like this version. And I don't think I'm going to replace the other version with this version. I think there's room in my display for both. So that's how we're going to do it, I think. Or that's how I'm going to do it. You can do your display any way you want to. That's your mileage, you know. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding the bell. Ding that bell, as a matter of fact, so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.